Top 10 Secret Military Bases Around the World. From hidden tunnels beneath major cities to remote facilities buried deep in ice, secret military installations exist all over the globe. While civilians know little about what goes on at many of these sites, they play pivotal roles in defense, intelligence gathering, weapons development, and more. Get ready as we uncover 10 of the most fascinating secret military bases that governments tried to conceal. 10. The Doomsday Tunnels of Wuhan. Kicking off the list is one of the most astonishing secret bases, the Doomsday Tunnels buried far below Wuhan, China. According to reports, this sprawling underground bunker was constructed in the 1960s as a fortified headquarters for military forces in the event of nuclear war. Tunnels stretch over 100 feet beneath the surface and span an estimated 2,000 square miles, though the true scope remains unknown. Within this subterranean city lies a network of roads, special HQ units, and storage facilities. While originally intended for catastrophe preparedness, conspiracy theories swirled about Wuhan tunnels in 2020 as the origin point of COVID-19. However, any link between the tunnels and coronavirus has never been substantiated. Still, the scale of this secret underground base hints that more may lie below Wuhan than meets the eye. 9. Caspin Yar. An icy military outpost in a remote region of Russia takes the number 9 spot, the mysterious Caspin Yar base. This secretive installation hosted early Soviet space launches and rocket testing during the Cold War, including the first rocket with animals aboard in the 1950s. UFO incidents have also been reported in the area, earning comparisons to the legendary Area 51 in Nevada. Located 500 miles from Moscow near the Kazakh border, Caspin Yar continues to operate today under a veil of secrecy. Facilities are concealed by dense forests, even though evidence suggests it houses experimental aircraft, weapons testing, and even research into anti-gravity technology. With numerous alien aircraft sightings linked to Caspin Yar over the decades, some believe the site conceals crashed UFOs and hidden hangars deep below the surface. While the true purpose remains classified, Caspin Yar resembles Russia's version of the notorious Area 51. 8. Area 51. When it comes to secret bases cloaked in mystery, nowhere rivals the legendary Area 51 in America's Nevada desert. Officially called the Nevada Test and Training Range, details remain scarce on what truly goes on within its highly classified perimeter. Conspiracy theories abound that Area 51 harbors crashed alien spacecraft, extraterrestrial technology, and evidence of government dealings with aliens. These fantastic accounts transformed Area 51 into a cultural phenomenon. While the CIA only recently acknowledged its existence, Area 51 appears to operate as an Air Force testing ground for cutting-edge experimental aircraft, including stealth technology and surveillance systems. Personnel arrive via a private terminal at the Las Vegas airport, indicating the length of its concealed operations. Whatever happens at Area 51, be it aliens, next-gen technology, or secret aircraft testing, the intense secrecy ensures it remains one of the world's most intriguing military sites. 7. The American Arctic Military Base. Carved deep beneath the Greenland ice sheet lies a once top-secret military complex called Camp Century. Built during the Cold War in the 1950s, this hidden Arctic base was disguised as a polar research station. In reality, it functioned as a clandestine facility for storing and launching missiles against the Soviet Union. Nearly 200 soldiers lived in a vast tunnel network that extended 2,500 miles in every direction beneath the frozen surface. The base had its own hospital, shops, a church, and even a nuclear generator. However, the project was abandoned prematurely when warming temperatures started melting the ice at alarming speeds that threatened to collapse the base. After closing in the 1960s, the abandoned base with its hazardous fuels and waste were expected to disappear under the ice forever. But decades later, scientists discovered it survived and may now leak pollutants as the ice melts, highlighting the unforeseen ripple effects of secret military sites built for one purpose, only to be discarded and forgotten. 6. Pine Gap. One of the most controversial secret facilities lies deep in Australia's barren outback, the mysterious Pine Gap Base. Operated jointly with the US, Pine Gap is believed to collect signals intelligence as part of the Echelon Global Surveillance Network. Officially called a satellite tracking facility, its remote location leads to speculation that activities far beyond what the governments acknowledge take place there. The large antennas at Pine Gap are suspected to intercept communications across the Pacific and Asia, including China. The amount of data gathered there is thought to make the facility one of the most valuable intelligence sites operated by the US and its allies. But the secrecy surrounding Pine Gap means the public knows little about its inner workings. Protests also erupt over Australian citizens being unaware that they may be subject to surveillance from a secret base on their own remote soil. While its functions remain uncertain to civilians, evidence suggests Pine Gap serves a pivotal role in international intelligence gathering. 5. Secret Nazi Arctic bases. One of the most intriguing World War II mysteries involves secret Nazi bases built high in the Arctic Circle. In 1938, Hitler dispatched a cryptic expedition to the Queen Maud Land region of Antarctica. While officially searching for whaling waters, many believe the true purpose was to establish military and research facilities across the frozen continent. The mission scope suggests construction of an entire jungle of buildings, tunnels, and underground storage areas may have occurred. Had Germany succeeded, bases in Antarctica could have provided secluded sites to launch covert attacks by air and sea against the Allies. Some even claim they attempted building submarine pens within glaciers. Today, physical evidence of German Antarctic bases remains undiscovered, likely buried under massive ice sheets. Though the remote icy wasteland rendered permanent settlements unrealistic, the ambition of Nazi forces constructing secret Arctic and Antarctic lairs speaks to their limitless imagination and grit in attempting to win the war. 4. Olaf's Fern Naval Base. On a remote fjord in northern Norway lies a hidden naval facility blasted straight into the mountainside, the top-secret Olaf's Fern Base. Built by NATO during the Cold War as a submarine shelter and decades later taken over by private Russian interests, this underground layer's twisted history exemplifies the cat-and-mouse dynamic of the 20th century military expansion between Western powers and Russia. Constructed to give Norway a tactical advantage in surveillance and sea denial, the Olaf's Fern Base provided port facilities and dry docking for submarines just 600 miles from the Russian border. However, Norway decommissioned the base as the Cold War ended in the 1990s. In a bizarre twist, a private Russian consortium purchased the complex. Some suspect Russia acquiring the base will revive its potential military applications against Norway. While the Cold War faded long ago, Russia's assertive new presence hints that this once secret submarine base may sail again. 3. Porton Down. Tucked away in the British countryside lies one of the most controversial military sites on Earth, the notorious Porton Down complex. This seemingly tranquil cluster of facilities in Wiltshire houses some of Britain's most highly classified and hazardous materials, from lethal viruses to chemical weapons. Porton Down scientists conduct research into chemical and biological warfare. The British government insists the work focuses on devising countermeasures and defenses against nuclear, biological, and chemical attacks. But the extreme secrecy means the true breadth of research at Porton Down remains unknown, stoking public fears of unchecked experiments with dangerous agents and toxins. Outside the heavily guarded gates, some believe the site harbors alien bodies under the guise of research. While serving as critical laboratories for national security, the intensely secretive activities within Porton Down fuel worries that such secluded military sites operate with little public accountability. Regardless, Porton Down exemplifies military bases whose sensitive assignments require a near-total blackout of their operations. 2. The Underwater Area 51. Rumored to exist but unseen by all is the Underwater Area 51, a highly classified complex buried deep on the ocean floor. In the 1960s, the US Navy proposed secret bases built completely underwater. Free from surface constraints and prying eyes, undersea bases could be the ultimate black sites for covert missions. Architects drafted pleas for submarine hangars, storage silos, command centers, and labs concealed up to 3,000 feet below the waves. But records of actual construction are hazy. While no concrete proof validates their existence, an Underwater Area 51 still captivates theorists today. The most logical site for such a naval base would be in the Marianas Islands of the Pacific. The deep sea region hosts vital submarine detection and communication hubs at China Lake. Were there the need, blasting subterranean tunnels below the network could readily accommodate an Underwater Area 51. For now, the truth remains submerged, but the possibility of a real-world Atlantis inspires imaginations worldwide. 1. The Secret Underground Nuclear City. At number 1 are the disturbing remnants of a secret Soviet Doomsday city built to survive nuclear war. The sprawling Borovichi underground nuclear complex concealed in a Polish forest. Accidentally discovered in 2003, this massive bunker lies waiting beneath the earth in northern Poland. Designed for 4,000 Soviet Army personnel to live for 180 days after nuclear fallout wiped the surface clean. Codenamed Object 505, the mysterious installation still brims with secret rooms, decontamination chambers, and medical operating theaters hidden under the Pine Barrens. Designed for full autonomy, the buried city has its own water filtration system and generators running on liquid fuel. Most striking are the enormous cavernous warehouses that experts believe once held nuclear warheads, perhaps hundreds of them. After decades of cover-up, the discovery of Object 505 offers a chilling glimpse of how the Cold War arms race drove nations to construct underground metropolises as insurance against nuclear horror. While no longer a secret site, the sprawling underground nuclear complex provides a fascinating time capsule into the terrifying peak of Cold War military expansion. Conclusion. From hidden submarine dockyards to fortified underground cities, secret bases exemplify the extraordinary lengths militaries will go to gain the upper hand. What other mystifying sites exist just beyond public awareness? One can only imagine what the defense forces of the world might engineer next in the name of military supremacy. But wherever personnel are sworn to secrecy, you can bet a fascinating military site is close at hand.